People of South Africa may now get to decide on whether the government should expropriate land without compensation. President Jacob Zuma could call a referendum to change the constitution instead of taking the parliament route. Reports say the idea is being considered after several in the ANC are pushing for changes to the party's current policies on land reform. The party is looking to explore all the options for the speedy resolution of land issues.
There's a discussion about compensation taking land back without compensation. There may be other solutions, we don't know, at the end of this discussion, but we have to have land belonging to the people in this country and not in a way that we have done over the past 20 years. I do know that in the Women's League meeting, we have also had this discussion. I'm not a spokesperson for them, but I sit in that structure. So I do know that there was also a discussion around the referendum. So depending on how strong that comes at this conference and gets debated in the engagement, it may also be adopted as an outcome, as a possible outcome.
There's an acknowledgement that things have not gone very well in the issues of land redistribution, and that we definitely need to look at various options. There are different structures coming to the policy conference. Some are raising the issue of a referendum, others are raising the issues around no compensation, others are saying let's have a mix of everything, including that we have been doing. If it has not worked, let's perfect it.
In his address earlier, President Zuma emphasized that it is possible to find radical solutions to land hunger within the ambit of the Constitution. Empowered to call a referendum through an act of parliament, Zuma may have been setting the tone for a poll.
Some of the measures must include accelerated land redistribution, land reform, and huge support for agriculture and agro-processing on a large scale. Land, in particular, remains one of the most contentious and emotive issues in our society.
Let's listen in to some of the reactions by political commentators on the issue.
If we have a referendum, we know the answer. And the answer is going to be yes, we need to have appropriation of land without compensation. I have no doubt about that. And why don't I have a doubt about it? It's exactly because the vast majority of people who suffered under the apartheid system and also suffered the loss of land are black. The majority of people in this country know what it means to have lost a home, to have been moved away from what is your ancestral land, to have lost your wealth. Why would the majority of black South Africans, especially Africans, not vote in a referendum in favor of land restitution? They will vote for it.
Referendum route, in my opinion, that is taking the Pontus pilot route. You say, listen, I don't want these 35,000 families that own vast tracts of land to think that their blood is on my hands. So you wash your hands and you say, let the population deal with them as they see fit. Because that's exactly what the referendum would do, and that's what at the end of the day it becomes an explosion. But I'm saying those 35,000 families that apparently own the vast majority of land, they need to heed this call, this clarion call, to come forth and say, we are here to return the loot.
The plentifulness and this land of plenty for whites must come to an end. I think if the ANC does not become the authentic pace setter of radical economic transformation and land return, it's going to actually damage its own longevity. The spirit amongst young South Africans is for land return and radical economic transformation. If the ANC needs to own that decisively, and I'm hoping that they have the appetite to do that.